President-elect Trump has no problem using social media to call out big business, as we saw last week with Boeing. Right now, we're taking a look at how a Trump target could have an effect on some of the biggest names in the market that could be in your portfolio. Joining us now is Chris Malone, founder and managing director of Fidelum Partners, which is Latin plural for fidelity.
Correct.
Thank you. You just told me that. That's not me having studied Latin. Are there companies that are more likely to be in the targets of Donald Trump? Are you predicting some names that you worry could fall because he tweets about them?
I think there are some easy targets.
Like what?
So, for instance, I think Booz Allen is an easy target. I think Volkswagen is an easy target. And I think for investors who are seeking to kind of identify profit opportunities and threats during a presidency by Donald Trump, we really have to kind of expand our thinking beyond just what drives the markets to include what drives President-elect Donald Trump as a man as well.
We're showing people right now: Walmart, Booz Allen, Volkswagen, Samsung Electronics. Let's start with Booz Allen because you mentioned it first.
Yes.
This is the company that Edward Snowden worked for.
Exactly.
This is the company where a second individual was arrested over the summer as well, accused of stealing secrets. It seems pretty obvious, but play it out. What do you think could happen?
Yeah, 97% of their revenue comes from government contracts. The NSA is their largest client, thought to be the most profitable spy organization in the world. Donald Trump will have a lot of leverage to extract concessions out of Booz Allen, given their track record and his emphasis on cybersecurity.
When you look at the one-year chart, it has risen dramatically since the election of Donald Trump. So that could be something that, if those investors could be very disappointed if you turn out to be right.
Exactly. So there's all this run-up, everything related to defense. But if Donald is going to look to do two things with the bully pulpit that he's gained. One, he's going to look to score points. And so this economic group that you mentioned, CEOs coming together, he's going to look to score points with these large companies that are very well respected and try to extract some easy wins from that. And then he's going to be able to kind of settle some scores with organizations that he thinks has fallen down, similar to Booz Allen, hold them to a higher standard. So in the long run, I think they'll still do well in terms of defense spending, but he'll be able to extract some concessions out of them.
Walmart?
Walmart, I think as Donald Trump gets into the guts of Obamacare, looking to roll that back in certain places, I think an easy target for him are those companies that are holding down the hours of their part-time employees to avoid paying them benefits. I think there's an argument to be made. They're not paying their fair share, and he could put some real pressure on Walmart to step up and do the right thing, reduce the burden on taxpayers for health care coverage.
Very interesting, because Walmart, like the Booz Allen chart was so dramatic. It was clearly a response to the election. Walmart hasn't responded nearly as much, even though it is up 18% year to date. Year to date. Samsung,
with this recent crisis related to the Galaxy Note 7, they're in kind of a weak position. They're trying to rebuild their reputation, but they've got none of their manufacturing in the United States, a small production for semiconductors in Austin. And so it's an argument, hey, they're selling tons of phones in the United States, put some jobs here, and he thinks that they can have, a lot of threat from him if he were to apply pressure.
So I see in the notes that you think Tesla is Trump-proof. Meaning you think he could tweet about Tesla and still it would survive, or that he won't tweet about Tesla?
Yeah, I think Tesla is an example of another company and another CEO that has a very large and loyal following. And so the bully pulpit, they've got one of their own. And so he could probably have more points and more success scoring a win from them, earning respect, gaining some support from Elon Musk than he could to kind of hammer them down. And frankly, as Andrew mentioned, they've created a lot of jobs in the United States already.
Yeah, I think it's hard to flip that around. I was curious where you stand on both Apple, since there have been these conversations apparently with Tim Cook and his encouragement, let's just call it. Is that a euphemism for more than just encouraging somebody to manufacture here in the United States? Also, where do you think Amazon lands, given the comments he's made?
Yeah, both companies with very strong, visible CEOs. Also, they have strong followings. Over 60 million iPhone users in the United States. Over 70 million Amazon Prime customers in the United States. Very loyal followings. And so I think that Apple and Amazon are two a little bit different cases. With Apple, one of the largest, most respected companies in the world, if you can gain their support, extract a minor concession, he'll consider that a win. With Amazon, I think his criticism of them is really about the Washington Post and the criticism he received from Jeff Bezos and wanting to get more favorable coverage from the Washington Post. And so I think that, Amazon was an easier target for him to go after. But again,
you don't think he's going to try to break up Amazon then?
No, I don't. I think he's going to try to rattle the sword a little bit and say, I expect more favorable and reasonable coverage from the Washington Post and out of Jeff Bezos, but I don't think Amazon is a soft target for him.
Hence why you put those on the Trump-proof list.
Exactly.
Along with Starbucks as well.
Yes, Starbucks, they're kind of the model citizen in the United States as an employer, paying benefits for their part-time employers, got, high wages, even education assistance. Howard Schultz is very vocal and very forward. He's got very liberal, politics, but I don't see Donald Trump being able to kind of leverage very much pressure on Starbucks.
Chris, thanks for coming on. We really
Pleasure to be with you.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
Fidelum.
Okay, when we come back.